Wait just a few seconds until a couple people join. Hello, thank you for joining Jeb Films. Looks like you're the first one to the party. I appreciate you. Hello, midlife crisis. Jazzy Pink, thank you for joining. Appreciate you guys for being here. I'll go ahead and get started because beauty of Instagram Live is that people can just go back and watch whenever they feel like it. So if any of you were here last week, topic was mental health awareness, because that is something that I'm super passionate about. Well, since we had such a serious topic last week, I figured why not keep it a little bit more lighthearted this week. So I think what I want to talk about today is I've been getting a lot of questions about like how long have I been singing, how did I get my start. So I figured I would talk about who is Serenity Songstress and where did she come from. So, hold on one second, let me adjust my music just a little. Okay, so that being said, the answer to who am I? Well, I am from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm a singer, and I'm a mom, and I am a sibling. I have 7 siblings to be exact. How long have I been singing? I've pretty much been singing my entire life, as long as I can remember. My earliest memory of singing was during a family trip to the Smoky Mountains. We went to this little restaurant that had a house band that would, take requests or whatever. So my family encouraged me to get up and sing. I'm like 4 years old, so I didn't know anything but Jingle Bells. So yeah, I got up and sang Jingle Bells, which is actually pretty funny considering I don't even like Christmas music anymore. So outside of that, like growing up, my brothers, they can both sing as well. So at night when we had to like clean up after dinner or do the dishes or whatever, we would just sing. Boys to Men, Shy, all that kind of harmonizing stuff. We would just be in the kitchen killing it. And then I guess when I got into my teens is when I kind of discovered that I could write. So it didn't really start off as songwriting, it more so started off as poetry. And then by the time I got to my late teens was when it kind of morphed into songwriting, which was kind of when I had my first experience with recording. I'd say I was probably about 19 years old when I had my first recording experience. And that lasted about a year, but the producer that I was working with at the time was kind of trying to push me in a direction that wasn't true to who I am, and we just decided that we didn't mesh well artistically. No bad feelings, it just wasn't a good fit. At that point, I had my son, so music kind of went on the back burner, and it just kind of, as he was growing up and I was working and doing the things that we have to do, music just kind of became something that I used to do, something that I used to love. And I honestly didn't even realize that I still had it in me to make music. Until, we'll fast forward a little bit, 2014, one of my good friends moved back to St. Louis from the Navy, and she happened to mention to me that she had some home studio equipment. And I was like, why do you have home studio equipment? I had never heard her talk about wanting to make music or anything. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll come check it out. So I go over and her roommate are all excited and they're like, listen to this beat, we just made this beat, you should sing something on it. And I was like, wait, what? I don't just have magical lyrics. You want me to sing about chicken or something? I'm just being silly because that's how I am. And they go, yeah, sing about chicken. So as stupid as it sounds, my very first song that I recorded when I started making music again was about chicken. Popeyes, as a matter of fact. If I can find that track, I might see if I can upload it for you guys somewhere so you can check it out. But anyway, long story short, I recorded my little freestyle singing about Popeyes, and then the two of them kind of filled in the blanks with harmonies and backgrounds and whatnot. And although the concept of the song was really silly, we were like, wait, this actually sounds really good. So because of that, we ended up making, I don't know, we probably made like 20 to 30 songs together. And it was such a fun period in my life because I was going through a lot emotionally, and it was so good for me, and it made me feel so good to like reawaken that part of my artistic side and to realize, wow, I really do still have this passion. I really can still write. It's funny because the two of them used to call me the hooker, because whenever they would come up with a new beat, I was super quick to come up with the hook. Like, it would just be playing for a few seconds and I'm already like, blah, 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 whatever. So they'd be like, oh, the hooker. So, one thing I have to pause and tell you is it was during that time that I realized that my son could make music. It was during that time that he realized it himself. We spent a lot of time over there that summer, and me and my two friends would just be in the kitchen being silly, whatever. And he's on the computer all the time with his headphones on. And one day he was like, hey guys, come in here, listen to this. And he shows us this beat, and we're like, wow, that's really cool. Where'd you find that? He was like, I made it. And we're like, what do you mean you made it? Did you find this on YouTube or something? He's like, no, I made it. And of course, blown away. So yeah, that's how he, at the age of 12, started making music. And then about a year went by, and one of the friends ended up moving away, so there was kind of a pause in the music again. Throughout this whole time, my son is always like, Mom, I really want some music equipment. Mom, I really want to make music. And you know how kids are. They always say they really want something, and then you get it for them and they don't do it. I will tell you, as soon as I got the music equipment for him, there has not been a single day that goes by that he's not on it. So that is how my son became my producer, and that is how I became a single artist, because yeah, I just decided that I wanted to kind of cultivate my own sound and my own style and just see how it goes. And I mean, it just so happens that my son makes the exact kind of music that I can just naturally write to in an instant. Hey, Breeze the Poet, thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry I haven't had time to stop and look and say hi to everybody, but I really appreciate your presence. So yeah, that's how I became an independent artist, and my son and I made the full album, Dreamland. It was made by us in our home studio, actually. He made all the beats. I did all my own recording and effects and all that, and then I sent it off to be mixed and mastered, and here we are. One thing that I would like to share is my name, Serenity Songstress. It's not just a name. It actually has a special meaning behind it. So the reason my name is Serenity is because, unfortunately, my mother passed away in 2013. And hey, Jay, I love Jermaine. He's just got a huge piece of my heart. Love you, baby. Thanks for joining. I'm sorry. Seriously, though, my mom passed away in 2013. And when my brother and I were cleaning out the stuff in her room, we came across this box of journals. I'm talking like over 30 years worth of journals, stuff that was even longer, stuff that was written before I was even born. And I think I shared with you guys last week, my mother suffered from severe mental health issues. So she kept journals as a way of kind of coping. And written throughout all of those journals was the Serenity Prayer. If you guys are not familiar with it, the key words to the Serenity Prayer are serenity, courage, and wisdom, which I actually, move this, have tattooed on my arm. I'm sure that's backwards. But anyway, my point is, I, before that point, had no idea that the Serenity Prayer was something that was special to my mother. She never said it out loud. She never talked about it. Nothing. I just came across those journals, and so that is why I am Serenity Songstress. And actually, I'm a hairstylist too in my salon. I have my own little salon, and it's called Serenity Studio. So yes, there is a special meaning to my name as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I mean, that's the gist of it. How do I make my music? People ask me that. Well, what happens is my son makes these crazy beats that I fall in love with, and I mean, usually I just start writing to them instantly. It's crazy, the chemistry. I mean, I guess it makes sense because he's my son. The chemistry we have musically is insane. So I love it. It's really made our bond super, super strong. And actually, he is one of the main reasons that I am Serenity Songstress, is because it's his dream to be a producer in the music industry. And I thought, what better way to help push him to achieve his dreams than for me to put a voice to his beats. It's much more likely to get heard. So yeah, as his mother, it is my mission, and it's my job to, you know, help him reach his goals. Just like I tell all of you guys, follow your dreams. And I think so many times people don't take those chances because they're told, oh, well, that's not realistic, and everybody wants to do this, or everybody wants to do that. Well, you know, if nobody ever took a chance on their dreams, then we wouldn't have actors and singers and just anything, basketball players, whatever you want to say. So yeah, that is my goal. My main goal with my music is to help my son get to where he wants to be and set him up for his future. So yeah, I mean, that's basically who I am and what I do. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I said? Thank you for all the hearts, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, real talk, Jay Smooth. That's for real. That's my son. That's my baby boy, and that's what I do it for. It's not easy, but I know I say this every single time I'm on. I really, really appreciate you guys, even just for tuning in and connecting with me. Anomaly, hello. Thank you so much for joining. You guys, if any of you are in the industry or thinking about getting into the industry and you have questions and you need somebody trustworthy, because there's a lot of snakes out here. You need someone trustworthy that knows the business, that knows the directions you should be going and the steps you should be taking. That's who you need to be talking to, Anomaly from A1 Caliber. And if you guys can't find it, inbox me and I will send you her information, because I mean, I've had several consultations with her and she's never steered me wrong, and I always get results from the things that she encourages. So even though I'm independent, I am very lucky to have Anomaly, because she's the closest thing I have to a manager. So thank you, Anomaly. I love you and I appreciate you for being on my live feed. Jeez, I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I really, really appreciate the fact that you guys are on here to connect with me. Like I've said before, I really, really do try my best to go through and respond to all the comments and try to, if you're liking my stuff, I try to reciprocate and get on your page and show you the same type of love. But as my page grows, it's getting harder for me to keep up with every single one. So if I ever miss a comment or if I don't get back on your page and show you love, just know that it's not that I don't see it, or I mean, well, maybe it is I didn't see it. It's not that I don't care. It's just that sometimes it's physically impossible for me to get to every single one. And sometimes it'll be like a week later that I'm responding to a comment and I realize that somebody else had commented on it like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh my God, let me tell them thank you. So yeah, I really, really appreciate. I know that you guys have a lot of choices when it comes to artists and music. So the fact that you take the time to connect with me and my music really, really makes, it means a lot to me. So I really appreciate you all for that. Does anybody have any questions? I think I probably talked your ear off. Yes, please, J Smooth, talk to Anomaly. She'll get you set up. She'll let you know what direction to go in and you won't be disappointed. I promise you that. Let me see if I missed any questions. I'm going to scroll up. Scroll down, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Thank you, everybody, for showing love. Jay Smooth, you said my music is dope. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that it resonates with you. You know what? That's another thing that blows me away every day. Like, I had someone else yesterday inbox me and tell me that, you know, they're struggling with post-traumatic stress and that my music is soothing to them and it helps them with their meditation and it just makes them feel really good. And I just think it's so amazing that what I am doing can help you guys feel that way. It's perfect because it all ties into what I want to do, because if you've been following me at all, you know that not only am I passionate about music, but I am definitely looking into ways to make more of a difference when it comes to mental health awareness and just letting people know that you're not alone and it's okay to have a bad day, and you know, it's okay to have feelings. That does not make you weak because you have feelings. That makes you a human being. So thank you. When you guys inbox me and tell me these things, it makes me overjoyed. It makes me want to go in the basement and record something else because I just love that I can have that type of a positive effect on you guys. So thank you, J Smooth, for that compliment. Let me see who else is on here. Isaiah says he's indie too. Well, Isaiah, if you're indie, I don't know if you're still on here, but you need to talk to Anomaly at A1 Caliber because she'll hook you up. I don't think I missed anything else. Let me see. I'm just going all the way back. Wow, there's so many of you. You guys are awesome. All right. Well, you guys, I actually... Let's see, never underestimate the power to heal. Yeah, music is definitely a very, very healing source. I feel like, even for myself sometimes, there's certain times where music is the only thing that I can tolerate. It's the only thing I want. I don't want any lights. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want anything. I just want music and maybe my cats because I love my cats. They're soft and comfy. But yeah, music is very, very powerful. It's definitely my strongest form of communication. Writing is my strongest form of communication. So yeah, you're so welcome, Anomaly. You're so welcome. You're awesome and you deserve it for everything that you do for everyone. Okay, let's see. Did I miss anything else? I don't think so. I'm going to keep it short and sweet tonight, guys, because I actually, well, ironically, one of the friends that I told you about that got me back into music, she actually is performing at a independent artist showcase tonight, and this is her first show. So I'm super excited because ever since we stopped making music together, I've been kind of trying to push her and encourage her without, you know, going overboard. But she's finally taken those steps to be independent and to do her thing. And she's very talented. So I, of course, have to be there to support her. So who's your favorite artist? Oh, that's a good question. I forgot. Before I go, I will address that. My favorite artists currently, it varies throughout the years. Currently, my favorite artists that inspire me are Banks and FKA Twigs. And it is my dream and my mission and my goal to perform and tour with those two because they are both like, they just, when you hear, they're those type of artists, when you hear them, you know it's them. You don't have to look and go, who's this? Because they have their own style and their own sound, and they're just both these very goddess-like women that I just adore. So if you don't know them, you should check them out for sure. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here so I can get ready to go support my friend. You guys keep asking good questions. Okay, yes, I do. Okay, I'm glad you asked that. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. Just search Serenity Songstress. And it's not the one that says Serenity Songstress topic with the red hair. It's the black and white one. I will be posting all of my live feeds up there in case you guys are just joining. I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday, and I'll be talking about different topics each time. So if any of you have not heard my music or you want to learn more about me, there is a link in my bio that will take you to YouTube or to my website or iTunes or Spotify, whatever it is that you choose. There is a link in my bio. Oh, and one more thing. I have a new video coming out on Valentine's Day, and those of you that are on this feed will be the first to know it. So I'm excited about that. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. I got to go support my friend, and I will talk to you lovely people next Wednesday. Yeah. Happy full moon, and I love you guys. Have a good night.